We are live. We are already live.
Live on Facebook Live. This is Dvora Comedy, and we have an awesome show tonight. I'm Wild Joe. Everybody, it's time to start our watch parties. It's time to listen to our theme song by the very talented GT, who was the one who booked almost all of these comics in the first place and brought us all together. So I'll hand it over to Carol Newell, our tech extraordinaire.
There we go.
I wake up when the sun goes down. I wake up when the sun goes down. I wanna do some comedy. I wanna do some comedy at a dive bar, at a dive bar, at a dive bar, at a dive bar. I can't say what I wanna say. I can't say what I wanna say. Uncensored. Dive bar comedy. Dive bar comedy. Dirty bag nasty 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 comedy. Dive bar comedy.
All right. Woo!
Yeah, that's right. To the Dvora Kasdan show. We're about to get it live.
Kenny Lyon with the bird call. What's up, Kenny? All right, I see some familiar faces from out on the dive bar scene. We've got Nick Cain in the house.
Hey.
Who else?
It's me.
We got Gino Riccardi back for more.
Hey.
KJ Vaughn.
Woo-woo.
Dvora Kasdan. How are you doing?
Good.
And of course, our famous and infamous MC, who's bending down, sucking his own dick right now.
Actually, I don't have to bend down to suck my own dick. I can do it from right here.
And me. Oh, and you forgot.
What up,
Kenny
Mr.
Lyon.
C? How's your quarantining been going? Are you still
It's the
observing
best
the
in life. Did we
quarantine?
miss a comedian, they said?
Yeah,
Huh?
we missed Kenny Lyon and me.
I already talked to you, Carol.
Oh, okay.
And I said hi to Kenny Lyon and Nick Cain and Gino Riccardi, KJ Vaughn. I said hi to everybody, Dvora.
Okay.
And Mr. C. I'm like Mr.
Yeah.
Rogers' Neighborhood, where he lists off all the little friends.
Why didn't you say hello?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Carol. I introduced you before the song.
Oh, okay,
But-
okay.
I'll introduce you again now.
No,
Carol
that's-
Newell, every week doing the tech. So, Mr. C, what's up? You look distracted.
Yeah, same old stuff. Just enjoying the quarantine, working from home, being creative, getting ready for the doors to open up. Skip Bags Crew's about to work on some new films by one of our great writer, director, editors. We're about to get back to Skip Bags Radio with Dash Radio soon with some new shows with our star Mickey Gooch getting down. And I'm real excited. I can't wait till they let me free, baby.
Awesome. Carol, what have you been up to?
Just running shows. I've been doing my Sunday show, The World's Best Laugh. So that's been fun. Have some interesting things coming up. July 9th, I'm going to be doing a fundraiser for Black Lives Matter, and it's going to be a topless show on Zoom. So that should be interesting.
Are you showing it? I mean, are you wearing a bra or are you wearing pasties?
No, it's
or
completely
nothing?
topless.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anybody that's always been watching this show and wanting to see Carol Newell,
But
what
woman
was
wants
the
to
date
see
for
my
that show?
giant areolas.
Yeah.
Wow. That's July
Areolas.
8th, you said?
July 9th. July 9th.
July 9th, which would be
Yeah.
a Thursday?
I think it's either a Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. Yeah.
All right. And then we got booked again for a new bar show, the same bar show again, actually. The first Monday of every month, they want to have us back at the Witch's Brew. And so we will be there. I believe it's July 6th. So people that are brave and willing to go out of their house, it's in North Hills. That's in the Valley, San Fernando Valley. It's called Witch's Brew. And we're going to be there the first Monday of every month doing it live again from the bar scene. So
Sweet.
happy about that.
Yeah.
Pumped.
Yeah, I got drunk as shit last
Wow.
night.
So Carol, for the topless show, is it all women in the show, or are there going to be topless men too?
There's 2, I think, black guys that are in the show, and then it's all the rest is women.
Oh
Makes
yeah, that
sense.
sounds like Black Lives Matter.
They do.
Awesome.
That's for sure.
Wow.
Yep, it should be interesting.
Wow. All
Gotta
right.
get the focus right on the camera. Gotta position it.
Yeah. I'm
So
gonna
Kenny, I haven't
like
seen you in a long time. I haven't seen you since, I guess, January. What have you been doing with yourself these lonely months?
I've been celebrating now that Crystalia is finally done. I've been fucking celebrating, fucking having fun, dancing, just having a good old jolly time.
Well, you never know. You never know. He may make a comeback.
From the dead, I hope. I don't know. That'd be some fucking resurrection shit. I don't know. Jeff Ross too. He's over. The list goes on. I mean, Joe Rogan might be coming down as well. So
Joey Diaz.
We have a little wish list. I mean, I think all of us comics have a little wish list of people that we would like to see go down. So sounds like Kenny's getting some of his names checked off his list. What do you have against Chris D'Elia?
Right, Kenny?
Huh?
You never liked him or what, Kenny?
Yeah, no, like Crystalia, he denied trying to do a roast battle with me, even though he was never like a roast battler, and then he became like a judge and all this stuff on it. So
Wow.
I just noticed that it was just a fucking bullshit, and I wanted to talk shit about him, but I mean, I didn't know that he was hooking up with little girls. This is all just one big coincidence, and I'm just rolling with it.
He's like, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I'll take my what I can get.
You got to be careful what you put in writing these days. People do screenshots and they save those texts. So
yep, that's exactly what happened to Crystalia. He was texting 15-year-old girls trying to just get in their little panties and whatnot, and he just, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, it's just weird, like, but at the end of the day, now who knows who's gonna be the next bootleg Dane Cook, because they will make another one. They will make another one.
Bootleg Dane.
Another fucking generic Dane
maybe
Cook.
Nick Cain. You got that look. You got the Dane Cook look.
The
what
name's
are
right.
Your comedy career goals?
Oh, well, my looks, you see, Joanna, they speak for themselves, and they're going to get me in trouble for being a predator in about 10 years. I plan that.
Well, hopefully you make enough money to have a very good lawyer by then.
Well, by then I'll be investing in many hotels, so by the time that happens, I'll be just fine, like all these predators who are smart do,
Yeah, you'll be off to your private island.
Like the predator in
That's a great
chief.
way to intro a comedian. They usually go, hey, speaking of predators, here's Nick.
You got the look.
Is that just
No,
Look.
innocent to
I was
me.
saying you have the Dane Cook. Is Dane Cook
Maybe
a
it's
predator?
Predator by
He seems like
Maybelline.
he would be, but I don't think he's been outed for anything. So I was just saying you have that same similar look if we're gonna have a new Dane Cook.
You know what? I would love to be Dane Cook. You kidding me? Like he gets to go to the Comedy Store. He gets to think he's as funny as Dave Chappelle and go as long as he can. He gets to do half of punchlines, half of setups, and no punchlines to his jokes. But
Yeah, I notice a lot of like men are like this and women are like that.
And then he goes, "Oh, okay. This is this is like it's all about my my big fat cock. My big fat cock."
You're stealing
yelled.
punchlines, Nick. You're gonna.
I'm gonna steal his super finger too. This thing that he had, the one special.
Wow.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
for the yeah.
I invented that. I invented it. I
Soaker.
invented it. And then he goes.
Is that-
Use that. He goes,
Oh, I don't know that one. Wow. Got all his moves. You're ready to fill his shoes any day now.
He's ready
So,
to go.
We're
I'm a
rooting for you,
utility
Nick.
comic in case Bob Newhart can't make it. I can show up, like especially when he. They'll be like, "Oh, yeah, of course, I'll be a driving instructor. You just go ahead on the car and don't back up."
Aw, well, it's fun to have you on, and can't wait to catch up, hear what you have to say in your set, because it sounds like you've had a lot of very comedic thoughts during this time out we've taken.
Yes, Joanna, you're absolutely correct. I've learned to communicate. On my part. And, some
Keep
people
it
don't get
going.
this, you know, but
Oh my gosh.
Nick,
All
All
Yeah,
right, we're doing boy, girl, boy, boy, girl, boy, girl, girl. What's up, Dvora Kasdan?
Oh.
Am I saying that Kasdan, like rock the Casbah? Rock the Kasdan.
Yeah, it's Kasdan. It's spelled with an S, but it sounds like a Z.
Okay. Kasdan. What are you up to these days?
Not much. I'm just chilling. I've been staying with my parents actually in San Diego, so that's been pretty nice. But I'm currently in LA.
Okay.
Currently my place in LA.
Mhm.
You have any pets with you?
Currently not with me. I have a bird. He's a
Oh.
cockatiel, and my parents are watching him right now. Yeah, he's a fun guy. We watch Netflix together.
Oh. Does he talk or does he repeat any sounds?
He'll whistle a little bit. He mostly just like squawks. Or he'll be super loud if he hears other sounds in the house. But I've been trying to get him to sing. I've never heard him sing.
Oh.
My parents have heard him sing at random times, but it's been pretty rare.
Huh. So he's not very melodic, it sounds like.
Yeah, he just likes to chill and have his head scratched.
Huh. Interesting. Well, you're the only person I know with a bird, so that's something different. You must have, it must be interesting when you bring people over and you got the bird chirping in the background. You ever have any comments?
He's pretty calm. I think people like him for the most part. He's pretty chill. It's just like when people like first enter the room, he'll be kind of loud and protective, but then he'll quiet down.
Protective? What the fuck is he gonna do?
I know.
Bird's
I
like,
know.
"Yep."
He tries to bite other people, but he's a small bird, so it's like he can't really do anything. He's like
Aw.
he's yellow too. He's like a little sweetie bird.
Aw,
Who needs an angel watching over him when you've got a bird? I mean, perfect.
that's sweet. That's sweet. Little Tweety bird. All right. Well, thanks for coming on. We are moving on to some more regulars at our bar shows. And Gino Riccardi, you've been on our virtual show before, and there you are in your real life, cool little den. What's up with you?
My den is already a bar. We drink a lot over here because there's nothing much else to do.
I've got a glass of wine. It's the very last glass of wine because my mom came over and drank like 5/6 of the bottle, left me one glass.
That's hilarious. My parents didn't start drinking. Me and my brother introduced my parents to drinking. They were never drinking people.
Oh wow.
And then once we became adults, we're like, all right, we're gonna get you guys hooked up. We're gonna help you figure it out.
Now they love
And now
it.
they're like really great people to hang out with. They used to be like super uptight. I just want to introduce them to edibles now.
Wow.
Really fun to watch movies with, you know.
No, my
Let's be like-
parents are definitely fun. My dad, we
Yeah.
smoked a joint together, and then
It's
he didn't
cool.
know what to do. We were at like this vacation rental, so we didn't want to just put it out on like any balcony edge or
Yeah.
anything to make a mark. So he went and put it out on his tongue. And I was like, wow, my dad's a
Wow.
rock star. That's hardcore.
Fucking nuts.
Hardcore move.
But yeah,
My dad
they're
doesn't do that.
definitely
He's a
fun.
pool shark though. He could fuck me up.
Huh?
My dad's he doesn't do any of that, but he's a pool shark though. He'll fuck me up.
Oh. Oh,
Like
really?
he grew up in New York while like Son of Sam was killing people. He's like during the mob era. Like he started having kids super old because he was like an attractive dude, so he didn't start having kids until he was about to get ugly.
Oh, man,
That sounds like a typical LA guy.
Yeah,
That's good.
he's a fuck.
Yeah.
He's a
That's how it goes.
he's just like he's perpetually like 16. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Wow. Wow. Well, thanks for coming back on our show.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got.
Thanks, man.
KJ Vaughn,
Hey, what's up? How's it
how are
going?
you doing? How's your quarantine? Have you been, what is it called? Self-isolating, whatever it's called.
Self quarantining? Not
Yeah.
because I'm trying to, just because like it feels like it's more worth it than like risking it to go out and get a drink with somebody. You know, nobody's
Oh,
hit me
yeah.
up yet, so I'm not gonna say I don't have any friends, but you know what? I don't care. So no, it's been good. I've been working on my comedy, done a couple virtual shows. This is second time I've been with you guys coming back, which is fun. I did I've done a couple different formats, done the Instagram format, done the Zoom format, done the Facebook format. There's a bunch of different ways to do virtual shows. And yeah, it's been good. And then I'm working on this beard. So I got some beard supplies. I'm getting beard oils, beard brushes, you know, going hard into the beard territory.
Does anybody know if any of the comedy clubs are open? Because all the bars, I guess, opened on Friday. Any
None of the
comedy
comedy
clubs
clubs
opening
that I
back
know
up
of.
again yet?
I don't
Not
know about
LA.
LA, but I've been in San Diego, and the American Comedy Club has been doing mics and some shows.
Okay.
So
I know
starting
Vegas
back
opened
up.
back up too. One of my buddies did a show in Vegas. So
Well, it'll be
Yes.
soon, I'm sure. It'll be soon. People can't stay home. They're getting bored. They got to get out. But it is good to see people in real life, as much as these shows are fun too, the virtual shows. So KJ, what's your recommended format? It seems like you've become a pro in all the different types of formats.
I won't say a pro. I'm not like Carol over there. She is hustling hard. I will say Instagram Live was just pretty simple, but I think the broadcasting format of Instagram didn't work as well. So I'd probably say Facebook, because you can just broadcast out very easily.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Boom.
Cool. Did I talk to everyone? It looks like I did. Did I miss anyone? I don't think so. All right. Time to start the show. What time is it, Carol? You're our timekeeper.
9:20. We're ahead of
Ah!
schedule.
We're on schedule because we try to wrap this up by 10, which never happens. But we're right on schedule. We've got a full lineup and everybody's getting 6 minutes. So I'm going to turn it over to Mista C to introduce our first wonderful comedian.
All right. Hey, that's right. So it's a great talk right there. We about to crank up the comedy show. You guys ready to start the Dive Bar comedy show?
Yeah.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. So we're going to jump right into our first comedian. Of course, I'm Mr. C, the Enforcer, a.k.a. Poppy Carlo, the Bad Boy, a.k.a. Black Jesus, a.k.a. Methuselah, a.k.a. Senior Strumpet, a.k.a. That Philly Boy, a.k.a. Carl Anthony for President. Get ready for that skip bags, love, and let it go down. We're going to start this off with the proper cherry bustle. And who better than one of the most dangerous, most dynamic, most epic men in LA that I've known for almost a decade now. He has done at least 40,000 open shows, started things such as roast battles, teaches kids kung fu and shit like that, tells bitches all about themselves in his free time. You better show some big love and give me a clap, 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 clap for Kenny C4 Lyle.
What up, double? Man, let's do this, man.
Oh yeah.
Man, if there's one thing I want to say, man, I really, really, really want to make a petition or start a protest to fucking write GT's name over Chris D'Elia's and Jeff Ross's name over at the Comedy Store, because this is some shit that's going on in LA right now. I told everyone, okay? I fucking told everyone. I said, how are y'all gonna go suck this man's dick just to be on a commercial for 2 seconds on Comedy Central? Nobody even watches Comedy Central anymore. These people were walking around the fucking LA scene, fucking all pompous as shit. And now guess what? You're friends with a pedophile. That's right. Every single one of you fucks that kicked me out of all the open mics in downtown because I was talking shit about a pedophile. Guess what, bitch? I'm coming back. And I better be unbanned, okay? Because if you still ban me, you son of a bitch, okay? Fucking, oh my God, dude. I got banned from everywhere, man. Everyone was calling me a nosy. Everyone was calling me jealous. Everyone was calling me crazy. No, I was trying to defend 15-year-old girls. Well, that's a lie. I didn't really know that these girls were getting molested. But I still didn't like them, okay? I didn't like the guys, man. Like, they would date the hot girls that should be sucking my dick, okay? I don't understand why they're sucking, oh, God. And then he had the nerve to, like, be like, oh, yeah, you know, we're going to do this historical roast. We're going to make fun of Anne Frank. What he really wanted to do was molest Anne Frank, the fucking sicko, okay? That's what he wanted. I see right through it, okay? I see right through it. Fucking, man, Delir is another fuck. How the fuck did anyone even think he was funny? Okay, I always knew he was a creep, but the fact that people thought he was funny is insane. All right, he stole a lot of jokes. The guy had like 5 Netflix specials. Nobody knew a fucking joke out of all the 5 Netflix, out of all 5 hours. Nobody knew 1 fucking minute out of it. Come on, man. And I've been saying this shit, but nobody wanted to believe me, man. Nobody wanted to fucking believe me. Now the truth is out, and I'm gonna as soon as these comedy clubs open, if I'm still banned, all right, man, I'm burning everything down to the ground. Okay, you thought the looters were something else, man. I'm next level. Okay, I'll steal your Vans shoes and your fucking joke books and your fucking all of this shit. Jesus Christ. So yeah, guys, but I'm not a fucking saint, okay? I'm a sexual deviant myself, okay? I have sex with women for $15, okay? And I think, you know, like, I don't understand how these guys never came up to me for advice for women, okay? Yeah, you're driving a Range Rover or a fucking 2020 Mercedes-Benz or whatever, but do you get to fucking cream pie a woman for $15? I don't think so, dude. I don't think so, okay? That's and yeah, you know, the vagina kind of smells like a little bit of urine here and there or whatever. But you know, you gotta have a strong nose, okay? And women are beautiful, no matter if they have a speech impediment or if they have you know, fucked up teeth or whatever. I, for one, like women who wear dentures, okay? It's just, those are my favorite. Why? Because, you know, people are always fucking wondering what it feels like. It feels great, all right? And I don't understand. Speaking of sex, I kind of like fucking been experimenting a little bit. A lot of people have been talking about trans rights and trans people. I want to say that I'm an ally, okay? I'm an ally. And I didn't even know that I was an ally, okay? I found out that I was an ally. I was on Tinder and I started swiping and got matched with a trans person. And I asked it, do you have an innie or do you have an outie? Okay, I want to know. Or do you have a penis or do you not have a penis? Because I don't mind hooking up with a woman who sewed a penis to her vagina. To me, it's still a woman, okay? But the person told me that they had an innie. So I drove as fast as I could to their house, and you know, I was fucking wondering what kind of fucking surgery is this? And the first fucking hint that I should have took was when I walked into their house, it smelled like gym socks, okay? Like some real sweaty fucking feet, all right? Real athletic feet. And I was in their room, you know, smoking weed with them. Next thing I know, I start to fucking do more investigation. I take off their pants, and from what I saw, it was a real meat cave, man. Like a real fucking hollow. I mean, the waist was the waist of a man, but it looked like 9/11 came over and just destroyed whatever was there, and left some, like, gosh. So people are like, how did it feel? Well, the way it felt was one way, but the way it tasted was certainly more intense than the way it felt. Yeah, and that's how I'm not a transphobe, okay? I'm not. I want to show love to everyone, okay? Was that my plan? No, but I was already in the house, and I, once you're in there, you got to pretty much take it. Okay, take one for the team. And yeah, I orgasmed. It was, I was a little ashamed, okay? I vomited all over myself when I got back in the car, but I'm an ally, okay? So trans rights, and please wash your boy pussy, please, okay? Because this is a really harsh smell. So thanks, Dive Bar, and we did it. We did it, GT. We took them down, GT. We did it.
Wow. Yeah, another round of applause for Kenny Sifo Lion. That's right. I mean, Kenny, not only is the Sifo Kenny educational, as we learned a lot about transsexual love, Kenny is also a tiger and whatnot. And he opened the show just right. One of the best men out there. Got to show him some love. This man's going to be somebody real huge one day. We're going to all be pissed we see him too much. Another round of applause for Kenny Sifo Lion, everybody. All right. We're going to right into the next comedian. We're going to go with on the hood, we used to call a lady a feminine fat, which means because guys are like all hard and muscular and shit, but a woman, no matter how skinny or how big, when you touch her, she feels like you're touching a pillow. And that's what we call the feminine fat. So we're going to give you some soft pillow, but real hard loving comedian right here. Are you guys ready for the lady with the name from a place that got the flame? Can I get a clap, 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 clap for the DJ? Sounds like she's from Eastern Europe somewhere. I don't know. Show some love for Dvora, the goddess of war. Kasdan!
The goddess of war. I think you've given me the most interesting introduction so far. Yeah, the pillow thing is appropriate because I cannot do the dive bar background. I'm on an iPhone 7. I'm super with technology right now. I'm a millennial, guys, but I'm just not really with the technology. So my background is the pillows on my bed. I don't know, guys. Okay, so like I know the pandemic is bad, but like I'm losing weight, so I really feel like it's a win for me. Yeah, like the government's paying me to do at-home workouts. It's been really great. I'm learning a lot about myself during the pandemic. Like I'm learning that I really like to do nothing. Yeah, during this pandemic, I mean, when it started out, I was just like, okay, like, I really appreciate this, like, as an introvert. Like, as an introvert, I just appreciate that, like, for once, like, everyone's on lockdown and the extroverts are suffering. Like, it's our time. We win this apocalypse. No, but I've been having, like, weird, like, mental health things. Like, I don't know if you guys are having trippy dreams, but I've been having pretty trippy dreams. Like my most recent dream is that I've been like I had a dream that I was picking up dudes at a food bank. Yeah, like that was like the highlight of my fantasy life, just like picking up dudes at a food bank. And I was thinking about it. I was like, what would I even like say to these guys? Like, would I just go up to them and be like, hey, Like, I know you're picking up society's leftovers right now. You know what else is a leftover? Me. No, it's all good. I really consider myself more like an avocado, you know, like the luxury fruit, which you may not find at a food bank. Yeah, like I'm expensive, but I only last for 2 days. Like an avocado. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about social distancing, but I'm liking it a lot. Like, now I've been going on walks outside just to get some fresh air, and I've noticed it's been pretty different. Like, now when I yell at guys on the street and I'm just like, hey, like, I don't want to talk to you right now, like, they actually respect that. So that's been pretty sweet. I'm like, what is, like, guys are finally respecting social distancing. They're not harassing on the streets anymore. I'm like, is it because they're like just really looking up to Trump? Or are they just like, okay, like the worst harasser ever, he's like not even grabbing pussy right now. He's like telling everyone to chill out. So I guess we better back off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Pride Month, guys. You guys excited about? Yeah. So, in light of Pride Month, I'm going to be very brave right now and come out to you guys as pansexual. I'm actually not proud of it. I only heard about, like, I just discovered this sexuality like a year ago off of a Cosmo quiz. I was like, okay, I guess this is what I am. But I'm not proud of it because I feel like all it says about me is that I'm desperate. Like, pansexual, that just means you like go for anything. You're just like panning for dick and pussy and everything in between. I like the term pansexual though, because it reminds me of like Peter Pan. Like, I just imagine this little like elf boy, so I feel like I fit into that description. Yeah. I don't know. This is my first Zoom show, guys. Don't have much else to say.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on with my life, so I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, another round of applause for Dvora Kasdan. That's right. That's right. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That was war. You know what I'm saying? Gotta burn it, leave everything behind. I like that shit. So you guys enjoyed the board? Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
Can I get a yeah? Right. So we're gonna jump right into the next comedian to keep it moving because I love to talk so much. And we're gonna get into the next guy. This guy been working with us for a while. He's got a couple of initials of K and J for the beginning of his name, but I never heard his actual name. So since I'm from Philly, I'm gonna give him his official hood name. His name is Kashona Jamarquise. And we're gonna go with that. So get yourselves ready. Put your hands together. Can I get a clap, 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 clap? Okay, Kashona Jamarquise.
Oh my gosh. Kashona Niece Jamarquise?
Yes, Kashona Jamarquise.
Jamarquise. Okay, that is, you know what, Mr. C, you nailed it right on the head. I mean, I don't know how you did that. That's crazy. That's some telepathy right there. I'm enjoying this bar behind me. As you can see, I might not be back though. They're not wearing masks. So no, it's great though with the pandemic. You know, now I just walk down the street and like it just gets cleared like I'm royalty. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, I don't even have to tell people to stay away from me. They just do it automatically. So it's crazy though, right? Everything else too, you know, protesters and tearing down statues and change, right? Change is on its way. It's happening. It's exciting. It's awesome to see. I will say though, I'm a little angry, you know, and specifically I'm angry at corporations right now, you know, because if you thought that what we're doing to combat COVID-19 emails were bad, how about all these what we're doing to fight racism emails? Like, what I think they're really saying is, yeah, you know, racism is bad, and we have a messy history with it. Judging anybody by the color of their skin is not cool. However, we're not going to take any direct steps to, you know, change racism, like maybe supporting diversity within our company. Hey, maybe we can use our lobbying power to actually push for change within government. No, we won't do that. We'll throw some money at it, though. I mean, that'll work, right? Like, you might be thinking to yourself, why we're not taking a harsher stance on racism. And it's this, because we understand that if we push too much for change, you know, we'll lose a certain section of our customer base. And then you might be wondering, well, wait a minute, if you don't say anything, yes, you got it correct. If we don't say anything in these trying, difficult times, we'll lose another section of our customer base. So really, we'll just waffle in the middle and side with the color green. America, capitalism at its finest, really, I think. It's frustrating, you know, I don't know, just with everything else going on. I got a lot of time on my hands. Other comics have been talking about it. I was thinking, why did Coca-Cola use the polar bears for their mascot, right? And I started looking into it. I got all this time. And the Coca-Cola polar bear debuts in the late 20s. About 9 years after they took cocaine out of Coca-Cola, right? As we do air quotes here. First off, I think that means cocaine is still in Coca-Cola. Like, none of us have seen the secret recipe in it. Okay. Now, the other thing I found out too was somebody from Coca-Cola was quoted as saying polar bears are wistful and playful, and they bring out all the best elements that humanity wants to see in itself. And I was thinking, wow, way to show your Southern roots there, Coca-Cola. Like, really? You know? And when quoted on Brown and Black Bears, the same guy said, well, they maul, steal, and kill people. So I was like, dude, thin ice, man. Crazy, though, really, with everything going on. On a positive note, though, my sister moved out of my mom's place. And I'm shocked, really. Not because she's 35. But because my brother and I, we didn't think it would happen. Honestly, we were like, really? We're still trying to digest it. I can imagine my mom's checklist for my sister, you know? She's thinking, graduated high school, check. Got a job, check. Moved out before 40, check. You passed with flying colors. I was like, wow, low bar, Mom, low bar. You might be asking yourself, KJ, what's your sister going to do now that she moved out? I'm so glad that you asked that. Let's talk about it. Her plan is to dwell in a van. And I think it's just hard, you know, going to be hard for her because she doesn't like to drive. So let me enlighten you. My sister, Mom, and I took a 20-hour road trip one time. And my sister drove a grand total of 2 hours on that road trip. And in that time, she hit a curb and popped a tire. So her on the road, not a good mix. I think my sister's going to be the only person to let the hitchhiker drive. I can see it now, you know. Hey, thanks for stopping, miss. You're heading west, right? How far are you going? My sister, oh, well, how far are you willing to drive, buddy? I mean, hop in. Mi caro, tu caro. You know what they say. Fun road trip. It's a fun road trip. Man, so much, though, really. Speaking of my sister, she got misdiagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So a bad year for her, really. She's a type 1. And quick recap, type 2 diabetics, put bluntly, it's your fault. You ate too many Big Macs, didn't run a mile. You know, it was avoidable, right? Type 1, just bad genes. And it's frustrating to think about the fact 5 doctors are looking at my sister, misdiagnosing her, you know? They're typecasting her. She fit the role of a type 2 diabetic, right? I can imagine them now. Your age, your weight, you're fat. Your diabetes is your fault. You know, it just rolled off the tongue. The lab's back there like, Doc, we'll run her blood. It's no problem. It's what we do. Doctor, no. Medical school has prepped me. You're fat and you have diabetes. It's your fault. I mean, job done here, okay? Pay me my money and I'm out. Really brought to light fat shaming that much of an issue in 2020. Our doctors are doing it. I know. Oh, man, so much, though. It's exciting, though, I think, still, as we start to reopen. little bit of a harsh change there, but I'm optimistic, right? I'm optimistic to get back into the swing of things. I'm getting ready to go back to work, you know, and I'm going to miss the money though, because there's nothing like getting free money. I mean, it's a perfect system, really. Like, I didn't know how big of an Andrew Yang supporter I could become until the quarantine. I was like, wait, and this guy wants to keep this going every day? Yeah, I mean, I think he needs to get back in the race. Like, it is shocking, though, that the one presidential candidate who wanted to give Americans money couldn't even make it to the finals. Like, I think that says something about America. Like, some guy was like, we will give you money for just being you. And voters were like, you know, I just don't think he does this thing enough. He just doesn't have the energy. Like, but he's Asian. Like, whoa, okay, calm down, America. Really showing your racist roots, okay? It's just frustrating, really frustrating. I don't know. Is there an in between of optimism and frustration at the same time? That's where I'm at. I'm fropterated. I don't know. I'm fropteristic is the term I'm coining. I'm frustrated, but still optimistic about the future. I think that sums up my quarantine very well, that I'm so in between, you know, on everything that's going on. It's crazy. I got my computer right here, just scrolling to keep the light on my face. You know, it's good though. It's good. I'll say, I'll end on this one. Speaking of my family, we talked a lot about that. My mom, she also called and she got remarried, you know, during this quarantine. And I was really surprised. I thought, what about my dad? You know, I mean, sounds like trouble for him. But my dad, he left a few years ago. He did. And I think my mom got him back. She didn't get him a tombstone. So I always like to end on that. The downer is the best way to end it. My name's KJ Vaughn. Let's keep having fun. Back to Mista C.
Yeah, that's right. Another round of applause for KJ, aka K. Shanique, J. Marquise Vaughn. Yeah, I like that. I like that set. And I also like it because he was a little political. He had some commentary in there as Carl Anthony for president and independent that actually does like the UBI concept. And it will be part of what I call my Make America Green project as we do our infrastructure and rebuild this country as a great nation. And that will be part of it. So don't forget to write Carl Anthony for president in. Also, since K. Sean is from the block, he also gave the Hood Brothers some help. It's educational, right? He taught us that, yo, stop saying white. Stop saying yay. Stop saying white girl. That's kind of racist anyway. What you need to say is, dog, you got that polar bear? You know what I'm saying? They gonna be like, yo, the FBI gonna be like, yo, is these motherfuckers in the zoology? Like, what the fuck is that, right? So I'm telling the whole hood, I'm sending that text out tonight. 40,000 people getting that. The hood is straight. Hopefully the cops ain't listening, even though they are. All right. So one round of applause for K. Sean. That's right. That's right. And let's keep it going. We're gonna keep it street and go to the next man. The guys call him a G when he stumbled up in the club. The ladies call him Mr. Man with the master plan. Sometimes they call him Mean Gino. And don't you worry about it, because that's how he flips him in the bedroom. And then he commentates on it. Oh, I'm hitting it from the back. So get ready for this next gentleman coming to the stage. The gangster, the mean, the Gene, No Riccardi.
Hey. Thank you. Damn, dude, you kind of said it all. Fucking Yang, dude. You couldn't even fucking pay people to vote for him. That's fucked up, dude. What do I have to do? Like, what the fuck do I have to do? I think they're like, Biden, sure. Who gives a fuck? I don't even know. Yeah, we'll just have someone who looks like he's always asleep. I think my favorite thing about doing a Zoom mic is that I can see my own stupid face expression while I'm watching other people. I can just see how dumb I look when my jaw goes slack. I'm just like, not stupid. I had that problem in school. When I was in school, I remember the first day. And I was just like, hey, just pull over, teacher. Can you show me where the science hall is? Just like special ed science? Like, no, just regular science. Are you sure? Can I see your schedule? Like, Oh fuck. I'm fucked. This is my first day. This is how life is gonna go. This is how life is gonna go. Luckily, police didn't think I was stupid. They just thought I was always high. So that worked in my favor. That was pretty cool. Nobody looks like that. You look fucked up. You look like a train wreck. I'm like, oh god. That's why the women like me. So
Good time.
was it I don't know. You can't. I'm even tired of saying the word quarantine. I want to come up with another word. Just I think the Q, the teen, whatever, was fucking just fine. During, just come up with my own stupid ass word. I think I figured out me and my girlfriend both have different ideas of what should be kept in a house, and so together we make one clean person. You know, like we make a functional person. We're like Voltron of like a human being. How many people does it take to make a person? Well, you know, I think we got that part of it figured out. She's an introvert too, so she really dug like not having to see people anymore and having like a good reason. And then at some point she realized that she can't see people, and so she had like a little bit of a nervous breakdown that manifested itself in just like obsessive compulsive masturbation. But the problem is she's a squirter, so it makes like a big mess. It's like she tried to be like cool about it. She tried to be cool, and like we live in like a room. We live in a room, so she's just on the other side of the room, and you just hear, what are you doing? Don't look. Just leave me the fuck alone. Here. I'm like, I you do what you gotta do. How many towels have you used today? We'll just do laundry. I'm digging. It's like halfway through the week. I'm like digging through the laundry for crunchy towels. It's fucking. I'm still stepping on puddles in there because we live on a rug. There's no like hard floor. I'm still stepping on puddles, and she's like blaming it on the towel. Like the towel didn't do its job. So I laid a towel down. That's all I could fucking do. It's just wherever the fuck you want. The way I found out, I'm like, oh, what is spill? She's like, oh, that's me. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm asking what is spill. She's like, no, it's literally me. It's me on the carpet. It's me. You can clone me. You can clone me from what's on the carpet. That's what I mean by that. Yeah. We fill in like gaps. We fill in gaps for each other. We're like, I'm fortunate to like found someone like that, and she tries to make me like she makes me try new things. And I can honestly say I've never liked anything she made me try. Like not once. I've never liked one thing that she like made me like we go like she's I don't know if you know what a weeaboo is. Does anybody? Mm-hmm. It's someone who wants to be Japanese, for lack of a better, like a longer description. Like who wanted to be. She's like a gamer weeaboo in remission. And like when we met, she had, like psoriasis. I'm like, do you think that's maybe because you haven't seen the sun in 10 years? And she's like, you're a fucking dick. And then now she's got a tan and no psoriasis. I'm like, okay, well maybe she had a point. But but she makes me try Japanese stuff. Like we have like a favorite Japanese restaurant when the world is open, and like I love all the like Americanized shit, but they also have like really authentic shit. And so she like okra isn't really like authentic, but I don't know if you tried it, but it tastes like snot. It's just like it's a little jalapeno-y, bell pepperish thing, and you bite into it, and it's like someone blew their nose in the back of your throat. That's exactly what the experience is like. And you're like choking on it, and I'm like, oh, like what the? And they should just call it a phlegm pepper, and there'll be no confusion. It makes perfect sense. And it's just like, would you like a plate of phlegm peppers? And they're like, no, because I know what that is now. Thank you. Yeah. Or like octopus sashimi. Sashimi, we know it to be like this cool seared thing, and like some rice around it or something like that. No, sashimi means you're lucky the shit's dead when it's on your plate. Okay, they fucking conked it on the head. They threw it on your plate. If you're lucky, they sliced it. An octopus, before it's cooked, it's just like eating a fucking rubber tire. And she's like, oh, how do you like your octopus? I'm like, well, I'm still chewing on it. She's like, it's good, huh? I don't know how you got that from what I just said. But it's just fun. I draw the line. I draw the line, which like she's like, you gotta try this one thing. This one, it's called natto. It's fermented soybean. It sounds like it tastes like poo. She's like, it does. It's horrible. You have to fucking try it. I'm like, wait, you already told me it's bad. Why the fuck would I try it? I'm not like, hey, have you ever been in a fight? You ever been punched in the nose? It hurts so bad. You have to try it. It's fucking great. That's what I got for you tonight, guys. Thank you. That's my time.
Right, another round of applause for me, Gino Riccardi. That's what I'm talking about. I like that. This is an educational show tonight. We learning bad shit. Like Mean Gene, his wife had the little vibrator. I'm sure all you ladies got it. My girl had that little white one. That little white one is like the size of like a long finger. And shit, that white jaw and whatnot. Sometimes they use it too much, it get brown. They gotta clean it and whatnot. But they use it, right? And it's humming. So I was a young boy. I was like 19. I was like Michael Jordan going through the triangle offense. I'm like, man, she's always using this thing. How can I compete with Mr. Hummer, right? So what I did was I decided while I was eating my groceries, I would hum as I did it. It works. It works, bro. I'm telling you, she be thinking, you looking at you. That's when they grab your head. They look at you crazy like. I don't care how broke this motherfucker is. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I love that shit. Another round of applause for me, Gino Riccardi, everybody. And yes, okra tastes like shit. Let's be clear. I go to those down south places. They like, oh, eat some black stuff. I'm like, okra. I'm like, nah, I'm cool on being white today. Yeah, I'm cool being white on fried okra today. So you guys ready for the next comedian? We got another soft lover coming up. You guys ready for some sweetness? Can I get a yeah? Right, can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
That's right. So we got a wonderful lady coming to the stage right now. Another wonderful goddess, but this goddess is one of a different type. She might pay your bills or she might discipline you right. Depends on which role you like it in. So you better get ready for Carol, the goddess of love, aka fuck that bitch Athena, Newell.
Oh boy, you guys, it's been a fun Corona apocalypse, hasn't it? So I'm a white sheep in a black sheep family, which doesn't sound like it would be terrible, but I was a teenager and the only way I could rebel against my family was to not drink, not do drugs, and be responsible. So that sucked for me. Not really fun being a teenager. One good thing though, I did get my driver's license at 15 and a half because my grandmother needed a designated driver. So we used to spend every weekend going to bars and she'd have this whole like little route that she would do and I'd just drive her from bar to bar to bar. And then when she got home, I would wait till she passed out and then I'd take the car and go do my thing. So that worked out good for me. Yeah, good times. I used to, sometimes she would say I couldn't take the car. She'd get pissed off and say I couldn't take the car. And so I just wait till she fell asleep and then I'd push the car out of the garage and go pick up my friend and go. But the sad part was when I came back, like it would be super late. So I was like, we can't wake up grandma. So my friend would have to push the car back into the garage and it was uphill. It was not fun. One time we went cruising for so long that we used up like all the gas in the car and we had to spend like 2 hours counting $10 worth of pennies out so that we could go get gas to put in the car. That was like grandmother's mad money. Boy, was she mad. No, just kidding. She didn't know. It was fun. I lived with my grandmother when I was a teenager, so that was a little bit different. I lived with her and my grandfather and my great grandmother, who was really old and hard of hearing, but she had like this convenient hard of hearing. Like sometimes she could hear a pin drop. She could tell if you were stealing a spoon out of the kitchen. But the other times when you try to call or something, she could not hear you at all. Like one time I called to say, hey, Nana, I'm not going to be home for dinner. And she's like, who is it? I'm like, it's Carol. And she's like, Carol isn't here. Oh, Nana, it's me, Carol. I'm at Debbie's house. And she's like, oh, hi, Debbie. How are you? And I'm like, Nana, I'm not going to be home for dinner. And she's like, oh, you can come for dinner anytime, Debbie. I'm like, Nana, it's Carol. And she's like, well, you don't have to yell. That was always fun hanging out with my great grandfather, great grandmother, and my grandmother. So I was always kind of a chunky girl. Like even now, I'm still kind of a little bit chunky. I was kind of chunky as a kid, which I don't understand because I ran everywhere. Like when I was a kid, I ran everywhere, like to Taco Bell and to McDonald's. It's just like, I don't know. I ran everywhere. I like to say, like, you know how they say like your plus size, like your you know, for the bigger girls, I don't know if you've ever bought clothing, but they say it's plus size clothing, which I think is a misnomer. I think that they should call it times size clothing because like 1X is like you're 1 times the size that you should be, or 2X is you're 2 times the size that you should be. So they should name it time size clothing, not plus size. But that's just me. That's what I think. So I am a parent now, which I didn't plan really to be a parent, but my sister, you know, there was issues. So, but we got the kid at 5. It wasn't too bad. Like she had shots, she had paper, she was a rescue. So we kept her, which my 8 cats at the time did not really appreciate it. I was well on my way to being the crazy cat lady in my neighborhood. And the cats, they all disappeared one by one. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. But she's a teenager now, which really sucks for me. I don't know if you've ever had a teenager, but I don't recommend it. She's she's at that age where like she can't like wash dishes or do laundry or anything except talk on her phone. And so like a week ago or so, we went shopping and she leaves the front door wide open. And I'm like, hey, could you close the door? You bored in a barn? And she's like, do you think that Mary used to say that to Jesus? Oh, it's a good time. Not really. So I'll leave you with this. I also have a roommate. She's a little bit older than me. She has a very small dog and she has never been married, no kids, no boyfriend. I mean, she's lived with me for 20 years and no man has ever visited her. So obviously she's a hoarder. And she is. Recently, I don't know what happened, but like with this whole pandemic and all that stuff, I think she's like just, you know, buying whatever's available at the store. And evidently Kotex has been on sale because she's branched out into the hallway now. There's like wall to wall, floor to ceiling, wall of Kotex. And I'm like, dude, what are you going to do with all of that? You only have like 5 years of menstruation left to give 10 years worth of Kotex. She didn't appreciate, but I have an idea. She could use it for her incontinence. So you guys have been swell. Thank you so much for having me. Woo!
Yeah. Another round of applause for Carol, the goddess of love, aka Athena can kiss my ass, Newell. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So we got one more comedian that's going to close it out for us. We got to close this out strong. So we're going to take it back to Africa because, you know, Carol, as the thick Caucasian woman, makes me realize what my true Black roots are. So we're going to get into it. We're going to do some call and response. We might remember some old people, a song called Jimmy by KRS-One, where he said the J, the I, the M, the Y, the J, the I, the A is Jimmy. Hold up is Jimmy. So I'm going to do the Jimmy part. You guys will do the hold up part. So when I point, you go, hold up, and it'll be after that. And we're going to change the Jimmy part to this guy's name. and we're gonna start this thing off. So you ready to fire it up and close it out, everybody? Can I get a yeah? That's right. So we're gonna get it up with the man right here. He's got one name like Madonna, like Bono, like some dude named Steve that I buy weed from. One name, and you better get ready for the N-I-C-K, because it's the N, the I, the C, the K, the N, the I, the C, the K. It's
Hold
up. The K, the N, the I, the C, the K is Nicky.
Hold up.
It's Nicky.
Hold up.
And that's what happens when you try to make white people be black and do call and response. So
All right. Okay. We all been hearing about Krista Ellie in the news recently. We all know what he's done. But when I heard about it, the first thing I asked was, does this count as stealing Louis C.K.'s material? Like, dude, it's not enough that you take a few people's jokes, but you're taking all the girls from Louis C.K. too. That's Louis' thing. I'm sure. I'm sure when Louis heard about it, he's like, "Oh fuck, more people stealing my material." I can't hack comics not hitting on women the right way. They just don't know how to do it. Oh man, like you should. I don't think anybody knows how Jeffrey Epstein sounds, but like I imagine he sounded like this, like, "Hi, I'm Jeffrey Epstein. Would you like to come to my yacht? My $600 million yacht." I'm like, no, man, you look like a mannequin that came to life, Jeffrey Epstein. You're like freakishly good looking. Like he looks like the pedophile. Joanna, you look like you said I look good looking to be the next predator. I think it's the Jeffrey Epstein look. I'm like, oh. But I like to think that comedians are a lot like Catholic priests. I think they're very similar people. They talk to a lot of different people. They shout their opinions at you, whether they're right or not. But could you imagine if Bill Burr was a Catholic priest? Can you imagine that angry redhead guy just in a wizard suit, just going like, "All right, listen up, you little pussies. Got a lot of grievances to kill. A lot of your confessions are dumb. They're stupid." And like, think about it. Like, what would Dave Chappelle be like as a Catholic priest? Like, he would be like, "I do not believe for 1 second that Jesus was white." Does that make sense to you, son? One white guy in all of Israel. Oh yeah, there were tons of white guys over at the PacSun clothing store going, "Hey man, I have plans to make everybody live in harmony, man." There's a whole conspiracy I'm working on, man. Hopefully I don't die before I die of lung cancer. I think it'd be interesting to see if Norm Macdonald was a Catholic priest too. Because he already is an old guy who just rambles on about nonsense that happened to him. So he'd be like, I think he'd have an interesting perspective though. He would be like, I wouldn't want to be that Jesus guy's disciple. I wouldn't want to be as one of his apostles. Like, ever since I would hang out with him from the Last Supper, I don't know what kind of food he'd be giving me. What body part's this waffle from, Jesus? Why am I pretending Norm doesn't smoke? Like, I know why they call it the Last Supper, because no one wanted to eat more food with Jesus after that. Imagine if you hang out with this guy who cures the sick immediately out of nowhere at a fancy restaurant, gives you his blood and his body. Man, Jesus was a real battle axe. You know, I don't have to worry about being a predator though, because I dated a 52-year-old woman for a period of time, so I'm like a reverse pedophile. Like I'm, you know, like I like the older women who.
Yeah.
Elder file.
Yeah, it's really nice dating an older woman because finally somebody gets my Cheers references. Listen, like, you don't know how valuable that is in a relationship. You know, in case you're a millennial and you don't know what Cheers is, it's like the old Rick and Morty. Just kidding, it's not like it at all. But like dating an older person is pretty cool because they usually have a collection of original vinyl records. This girl I was dating had the original George Carlin Class Clown vinyl CD, like the original. And we were listening to it one night, and I still can't believe to this day how ahead of his time he was, George Carlin, especially on track 7 where he went, "You know what people don't talk about anymore? Pussy farts." These are the things I think about when the power goes out. Now here's another list of things that are pissing me off. See, I'm trying to figure out where the impression of that is. I think I had it right the first time. I don't know. I got it right. Yeah. But yeah, like it's great dating an older person because you never have to take an Uber ride again. Because if you want to make a milk run, just hop on their mobility scooter. Also, it's great dating an older person because there's no unexpected accidents. Guys know what I'm talking about. But I'm not against having a kid. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just, you know, if she wants to adopt, that's fine because it would save me a lot of money on diapers because they can share them.
Ew.
Oh man. Yeah. Before you know, what, I'll do one more impression. Who would be an interesting Catholic priest? Someone that I haven't done as a comedian. Just someone give me a voice.
Ellen DeGeneres.
DeGeneres.
Yeah.
Okay, Ellen DeGeneres. She would be very much she would have the best church gathering in the world. Are you kidding me? Everybody would come and watch Ellen. Just she would be like, "Hello, my name is Ellen. Thank you for coming to the show. It's so beautiful to have everybody here. Did you know that I was the blue fish in Finding Nemo? Did you know that? Yeah, I bet you didn't." Thank you very much.
Outstanding. Another round of applause for Gino. I'm talking about. That man right there. Somebody get that man a voiceover job. Get a reel in there. Somebody hire that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Very good.
Hell yeah, that was a great job and a great show. And that was our final comedian. So I'm gonna close it out with just a little quick freestyle song, run through the comedians' names. If you hear your name, just go woo like you're a white person that's drunk. If you hear your name in the song, after that, we're gonna go into the final part and let Miss Wild Joe close it out. So we're gonna get it started. It's the Dive Bar Comedy. The Dive Bar Comedy. Dirty, bad, nasty comedy. Dirty, rod, hard love comedy. Gotta give it all the tough comedy. It's dirty, bad, nasty comedy. We got Kenny Liney's comedy. Got Kenny Liney's comedy. Got AJ for comedy. We got KJ for comedy. We got Dvora Kasdan comedy. We got Dvora Kasdan comedy. We got Newell comedy. Newell comedy. Yeah. It's the Dive Bar Comedy. comedy. It's dirty, bad, nasty comedy. Dirty, bad, nasty comedy. Real hard, raw, baby comedy. All the real great, baby comedy. Got Gino Riccardi. Got Gino Riccardi. Got my man, Big Nicky. Got my man, Big Nicky. One more name left, gotta say. Talking to the place and we gotta play. It's dirty, bad, nasty comedy. It's time to talk to Joanna Petrie.
All right.
That's right. I'm Mississippi, of course. Yeah, that's right. Skip Bags representative. Also, before I get out of here, check out the Skip Bags Entertainment. Anything that's going on, check out anything on iTunes with that name because we produced it. Madness in the Method, Jay and Silent Bob Part 2, Office Uprising on Crackle, the Scramble movie, which is on iTunes. Also, check out The Head Thieves when it finally motherfucking comes up with fucking Johnny Devinazo, aka Johnny Bananas from MTV. That's my man's and whatnot, the new Ryan Seacrest. And last but not least, I'm out in a movie called The Deported, which is out on iTunes right now. Support Bucks with it. You better like me now, because in a few years, I'm going to be too good for you. What you got to tell them, Miss Joe?
All right, maybe we could go around, give out some social media, tell people where they can find you online. KJ, Vaughn, where can people find you online?
KJ Vaughn on Facebook, and then KJ Vaughn Comedy all together on Instagram and Twitter. Those are the Twitter handles.
Awesome. How about you, Kenny Lyon?
Kenny Lyon on Instagram. Check me out, Kenny Lyon on Instagram. And Kenny Lyon on Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you. Dvora Kasdan, where can people find you?
I'm Dvora Kasdan on Facebook, and then my Instagram is Dvora, Dvora Yael, Yael.
Awesome. All right, Nick Cain, where are you at online?
People can find me at Millennial Comic on Instagram. You'll see new impressions from me about every week, or as my doctor calls it, my schizophrenia.
All right, Gino Riccardi, where are you online?
You can check me out on Instagram on either Green Room Comedy and or Bad Motherfucking Name Gino.
Cool. How about you, Carol Newell?
You can catch me on Facebook Live every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. on the World's Best Laugh, and on Instagram as Button Art by Carol.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm Wild Joe. I want to thank all of our comics for a great performance tonight. And I want to thank everybody that's watching. Please subscribe every week to Dive Bar Comedy. We're on everything, iTunes, Android. You can go to divebarcomedy.com. Go to our Facebook page at Dive Bar Comedy, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want. We're there at Dive Bar Comedy. And we are live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Pacific. So check us out every week. Thank you, guys.
All right. Good night.